Jalen Brunson has revealed the truth on playing the Boston Celtics in the second round and why things are different now than they were in the regular season. Meanwhile, Tom Thibodeau's plans for the series have been revealed in a major way, especially in regards to Karl-Anthony Towns. Meanwhile, we also have a huge update on one of the key Boston Celtics players in regards to an injury. So we have a lot to discuss, guys. What's up? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. Guys, look, if you're part of that 65% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, this is the place to be for all New York Knicks news every single day. We will not miss an update over 2025. Always getting something out for you guys. We're going to have a great time on this channel. You don't want to miss out. But let's jump into the video. Jalen Brunson has spoken out on playing the Boston Celtics. He has revealed the whole truth about it, really broken down why things are different now than they were going into the regular season, when the Knicks ended up going 0-4 against the Boston Celtics in the regular season. Because of that, the Celtics are a minus 900 favorite to beat the New York Knicks in the second round, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. And right now, that does not feel correct. It is not that much of a discrepancy. Yes, the Celtics should be heavy favorites. They should not be put in like they're a mortal lock to win the series. The Celtics are battered like the New York Knicks. And the Knicks, I'm going to stand by it, have the best player in the playoff series. On top of that, you look at this Knicks team, and frankly, they are getting better and better. I feel like this is the best they've been all season long. When they lock in, they're at their best. But on top of that, what we also saw was Tom Thibodeau really speak out on his plans as well, and it has a huge impact on Karl-Anthony Towns. But where this Knicks-Celtics matchup realizes basically everyone's going to have to play well, and they're going to have to fit in their roles. Now, Brunson, who spoke on this, said, "We adjusted from the first 3 times that we played them. Obviously still not getting it done, but definitely played and competed better in the last game than in the first 3 games. So Jalen Brunson openly saying things are different now, and he's right. Things do feel different. I mean, the Knicks, when they played the Boston Celtics last time, it was not the same playoff game. I mean, the Knicks did really well. They went to overtime against the Celtics. Mitchell Robinson still was not at full health. We didn't see Mitch and Cat on the floor together at all. And also the Knicks were just still figuring it out a bit. They look way better now. The Knicks look better. They look more successful. They look more dangerous. And they seem more ready for this Boston Celtics matchup than they did in the past. Don't get thrown off by the fact that they dropped 2 games at home to the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons were hungry as well. They matched up well enough with the Knicks to where it was a 6-game series. That being said, the Knicks can easily take on Boston and do what they have to do to win this playoff series. I truly believe that they have all the tools in their toolkit to win this series against the Boston Celtics. Yes, I would not favorite them, but I would say they have a very real chance of upsetting Boston. Again, not saying they're going to, just saying it's a real possibility. Now, with where things stand for the New York Knicks, they need to make some adjustments, and Tom Thibodeau has talked about the matchup as well. Tibbs said that basically you're studying from the Orlando series, your first games against them, the things you were doing now that you weren't doing then. Preparation is everything. Always have the belief you can do something better. And getting more in depth, Tom Thibodeau mentioned that he doesn't want Karl-Anthony Towns shooting through 2 defenders. He said when there's a second and third defender coming, I don't want Cat to try to shoot over 3 people. I want him to make a pass. If he does that, he's helping his team. And here's what Knicks fans don't like about when Tibbs made this comment. This was more than anything about how he can get Karl-Anthony Towns to his spots and have him become more of a point in the offense. And Tibbs basically said, well, if he gets doubled, you just got to pass the ball. A passive version of Karl-Anthony Towns is not this optimal New York Knicks team. If Towns becomes too passive, the offense starts to sputter, and you need OG and Mikal to perform at very high levels like what we saw in Game 6 against the Pistons. Jalen Brunson's going to show up. He's going to perform. We know that. Karl-Anthony Towns is the X factor of this series. He's better than Kristaps Porzingis. He has to go out there and he has to show that, unlike last game against the Celtics, when the reason the Knicks lost is because Porzingis was out of this world great. Now, yeah, Porzingis is a great player. I'm not saying he's not, but Towns is better, and he has to show that to everyone, that he is an all-star starter for a reason. The Knicks can work really, really good sets. If they can get switches to where Porzingis isn't guarding Towns, they're going to be in a good situation. And also, when Porzingis is guarding Towns one-on-one, Towns has proven over these last 10 years that they've been in the league together that he can take Porzingis any day of the week, that he is a better player. So it's a matter of Towns showing that. It's a matter of him showing up, being the bigger person when it comes to strength, not height, and showing why he was that first overall pick 10 years ago and why it was the right choice. Look, I'm not a hater on Porzingis after the Knicks stuff. I was for sure. I'm really over it. I don't really care anymore. I'm kind of happy for Porzingis that he went out and won a championship. But Towns is better. He always has been. We all knew it. We didn't like to say it, but we all knew it. Now we can say it happily because Towns is on the Knicks and Porzingis is on the Celtics. Towns is better. He's got to show that. And look, Tibbs has to be more of, well, let's run some sets for Cat. Let's get some optimal switches going where we can get smaller defenders on Cat. So if they're doubling, then we can create openings and Towns can create. But if they're not going to double, let Towns run through these guys. Let him be big. Let him be skilled at the rim. All the things that Karl-Anthony Towns is, let him do that. And that will have a huge impact. The Knicks and the Celtics are going to have a very interesting series. I mean, right now, the Knicks, they do average more points per game than the Celtics. So that's something to be aware of, on top of the fact that when you look at three-point attempts, the Celtics are down right now. Yeah, the Knicks are 14th, which is absolutely awful considering they have a 5-out team. Three-point attempts per game have to be better. But for the Boston Celtics, they've taken a dip as well. Usually the Celtics are a team that shoots threes nonstop. They're only shooting 31 compared to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are shooting the most at 44. The Cavs also have the best three-point percentage of any team. And the Celtics, they're fifth. They're at 37. The Knicks are right there with them at 36. So this is a series that's going to hinge a lot on if teams are shooting threes. And we know the Celtics want to shoot the three ball. And they played an Orlando Magic team that's very feisty. And the Knicks have to replicate that and force the Celtics to do other things. Now, the Celtics will attack against the Knicks when Karl-Anthony Towns is out there. They see the mismatch at the rim, and they like to go at it. Jason Tatum specifically, especially when Mikal Bridges is guarding him. OG's going to have to guard Tatum. Tatum's the best player in the series, and he's too strong for Mikal. But it's important for the New York Knicks to go out there and do these things so they have this level of success that we know they could have. So it all kind of dates back to, all right, what are we looking at with this Knicks team? What are we looking at with the Celtics team? Can the Knicks basically stop the Celtics from being this elite three-point shooting team? And they have not shown that. The Celtics have not shown that thus far into the series. And the Knicks played a Pistons team that often had Outsar Thompson and Jalen Duren on the court together. Those guys are two non-shooters, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is a shooter but was not hitting his shots. So it quickly became the Knicks didn't have to worry that much about threes. So this is going to be a bit of a culture shock for them. It's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back. But on top of that, we have other news as well on Drew Holiday. As Drew Holiday was at the Celtics practice today, and Joe Mazzulla said he was able to do everything that they worked on. He's getting better every day. Holiday's missed the last 3 games of Boston's first-round series with a hamstring strain. That is obviously very important. Drew Holiday, one of the best defenders in basketball. I mean, Jalen Brunson has openly called him the best defender in the NBA. And Holiday's going to be draped over Brunson as long as he's healthy. Brunson has been able to dominate that matchup in the past, but if Holiday's injured, the Knicks have to take advantage of that. They have to make Holiday work really hard. They have to let Brunson do his thing. They have to find ways to make Brunson move off the ball. Brunson's got excellent off-ball movement. Make Holiday fight through screens. He's not 100%. Make him really work hard so the Knicks can play him off the court to a degree. I think that's really important for this team, and I think they should be able to pull that off. It's a matter of if they can or not. I believe in the Knicks, but also, look, Karl-Anthony Towns talked about his whole situation, and he said, it doesn't matter about stats. It doesn't matter about personal accolades. It's about finding a way to win, and we did that. I know the city only cares about one thing, and that's W's, and we found a way to get that done. So that's important, but really, when it comes down to it, it was mentioned by Jared Schwartz of the New York Post that Towns struggled through a nightmarish Game 6 against the Pistons, which the Knicks won 116-113 to clinch the series, and it was at his worst, and he was at his worst in the fourth quarter when the Pistons were on a 20-2 run and looked set to force a Game 7. He finished with just 10 points, matching his series low from Game 2 on 4 for 10 shooting from the field. He missed his only three-point attempt. Towns has to shoot more threes, especially against the Celtics. In the fourth quarter, Towns missed both shots he took, recorded 2 turnovers and had 3 fouls. He also went to the line, went 1 for 2 from there when he had a chance to tie the game with 1:19 left. He fouled out with 49 seconds left. Towns did not have a very good Game 6 at all. He had a bad Game 6, in fact. That cannot happen. The Knicks need Towns to be good. There's no way around it. If Karl-Anthony Towns does not show up for the New York Knicks, they are going to get beaten, and it's going to be ugly against the Celtics. He is not only their X factor, he is a massive, he's not just the X factor, he's the other star on this team. So there's a lot riding on Karl-Anthony Towns' shoulders right now. He's going to have to come up big in this series. And if the Knicks are also dealing with or if the Celtics are dealing with an injury to Drew Holiday, and the Knicks also in a way are dealing with that injury because it affects how they play. They're going to use Brunson a lot, and obviously they should. Jalen Brunson's a superstar. He's one of the best playoff performers in basketball, but it's a matter of the Knicks. They can't be this one-man army that attacks a team-centric Celtics. It's not going to work. They need to be able to pull everything out, and I do believe in them. I think we're going to see a better series than people are giving them credit for. And look, I'm going to be a fan. I'm going to say the Knicks are going to win, and even if I don't believe it, I'm going to stand by it for at least a bit. I mean, look, in all seriousness, I do think the Celtics are going to win this series in like 6 games. However, Knicks in 7, because I believe. Also, if it gets to 7, I think the Knicks would win because Jalen Brunson's the best player in the series. That's just how I feel. But guys, let me know what you think down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.